This week, the president signed 3 executive orders and 1 presidential memorandum. None were revoked. There were 11 court cases filed or updated. Key themes this week include trade policy, federal hiring practices, and challenges to various executive actions in court. Several departments are affected, including the Department of Commerce, Department of Homeland Security, Department of State, Department of the Treasury, Office of the United States Trade Representative, Office of Personnel Management, Department of Justice, and Corporation for National and Community Service. The executive orders primarily focus on extending the modification of reciprocal tariff rates, affecting trade relations with various countries, and modifying the harmonized tariff schedule of the United States. These orders, Executive Order 14,257 and Executive Order 14,266, were amended or superseded to extend the suspension of additional ad valorem duties on products from certain foreign trading partners, excluding the People's Republic of China, until August 1, 2025. The presidential memorandum ensures accountability and prioritizes public safety in federal hiring by governing the filling of vacant federal civilian positions and the creation of new positions within the executive branch through October 15, 2025. In the courts, JGG v. Trump in the District of Columbia examines Presidential Proclamation 10,903 related to Alien Enemies Act removals concerning alleged members of the Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang. JOP v. U.S. Department of Homeland Security in the District of Maryland concerns Alien Enemies Act removals related to a Venezuelan asylum seeker removed to El Salvador. Abrego Garcia v. Noem in the District of Maryland involves a challenge to a deportation to El Salvador without judicial proceedings, alleging violations of the Administrative Procedure Act, the Withholding of Removal Statute, and the Fifth Amendment. American Federation of Government Employees AFL-CIO v. Trump in the Northern District of California challenges an executive order terminating collective bargaining protections for federal employees, arguing violations of the First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, and separation of powers. Vera Institute of Justice v. U.S. Department of Justice in the District of Columbia challenges the termination of federal grants by the Department of Justice's Office of Justice Programs. American Federation of Government Employees AFL-CIO v. Trump, also in the Northern District of California, concerns large-scale reductions in force and termination of probationary employees under Executive Order 14,210. ELEV 8 Baltimore, Incorporated v. Corporation for National and Community Service in the District of Maryland, involves the dismantling of AmeriCorps under Executive Order 14,222. Perdomo v. Noem et al. In the Central District of California concerns immigration raids in the Los Angeles area and challenges the administration's tactics. National TPS Alliance v. Noem in the Northern District of California challenges the revocation of temporary protected status for Honduras, Nepal, and Nicaragua. Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated v. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. et al. In the District of Massachusetts challenges the termination of public health grants, specifically Section 71,113 of the Big One Beautiful Act, and Judge Talwani granted a temporary restraining order blocking enforcement of the act. Finally, American Academy of Pediatrics v. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in the District of Massachusetts involves challenges to health directives and related regulations. There were no updates in all the court cases except for Perdomo v. Noem et al., where 9 municipalities in Los Angeles County moved to intervene. For full details, please get the app. This summary was created by 47 POTUS and narrated by an automated voice.